What's up, Ghost Gang? Welcome back to another episode of Dree and Ghost. And today's episode is going to be a story time. All right. If you guys are new to my channel, make sure you click that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification button so you never miss a beat. If you guys are not new, welcome back, Ghost Gang. Welcome back, Ghost Family. This is a story time about me and Ghost's villain origin story. I'm just kidding. All right, let's get into it. Welcome back. All right, the story starts in the year 2020. Let me stop. So yes, the story starts in 2020. Before we ended up getting Ghost, we did have a previous dog. He was an English bulldog. His name was Draco. We didn't have Draco for about 18 months now, and my husband just got new orders to go from Washington State back down to California. So we decided to drive from Washington State to California, and this is all happening June 2020. So we stopped in Oregon, stayed the night June 4th. June 5th, we woke up, we hit the road again. June 5th is my birthday, if you guys didn't know. I turned 30 that year, by the way. Yeah, your girl's 34 right now. Anyway, so June 5th, 2020, we stopped in Oregon. From Oregon, we stopped in Sacramento because my husband wanted to get me some jewelry for my birthday. My husband's from Sacramento. He knew a good jewelry spot that we can go to, and that's what we were trying to do, but they were shut down at the time. So I ended up running into Walmart, and then my husband had Draco outside. Now, in Sacramento, it's about it's over 100 degrees. I don't know the exact temperature at that time, but it was really hot, all right? And my husband's like, oh, Draco's breathing kind of funny. Can you make sure that you get him some water too? Some cold water. I'm like, okay, cool. We already got him some water, but let's get him some colder water, whatever. We get back in the car, we turn all the front vents off because we still had 6 hours of driving to get to San Diego. I think 6 or 7 hours. So we turned all the front vents off, and we had all the vents blowing in the back. During most of the car ride, all the vents was going through the whole car, so the whole car was pretty freezing. But after we left Sacramento, it was really hot. We shut off all the front air conditioning so that the breeze can blow more towards the back, and that's where Draco was. So we decided to stop at a gas station because that wasn't working. The heat was just too much for Draco, and all that air from the car was just not enough cooling for him. So we decided to stop at a gas station and get some ice and to check on his breathing. But by the time we got to the gas station, unfortunately, Draco passed away from heat exhaustion. And if you guys don't know that English bulldogs, they have that snout area where it's kind of already hard for them to breathe normally. Some of them are prone to having what's called ammonia and whatever it's called when they get a lot of mucus and stuff caught up in their airways. So unfortunately, we lost Draco on my birthday, June 5th. During that time, we finally made it to California. Finally able to grieve properly in San Diego. I was devastated. My husband ended up having to go back up north so he can ride the ship back to San Diego. So I was kind of in San Diego by myself, settling into our new spot. And I have a lot of family there. My grandparents are there. My cousins are there. I have a lot of family there, including my sister, my siblings. But I was still devastated. So after a while, the idea came up to get another dog. Now, I was feeling kind of, it was like a kind of thing, because I feel like if we got another dog, it's like we were trying to replace Draco. But then I was so lonely. I just feel like the whole house was just empty without having our little four-legged buddy around. So eventually I talked to my husband about getting another dog. He suggested, let's get a Cane Corso. And I'm like, okay, let me rewind that. When we first got stationed to Washington, we drove up there before we got any dogs. And we stopped in Fresno to visit his friend, London, who has multiple Cane Corsos. He's been had them for years. I think he's been had them for like 6-7 years. So I got a chance to see a Cane Corso in person, but I never thought that the idea of owning one would, be a topic of discussion. So I talked to my husband, and he's like, well, let's look into getting a Cane Corso. And I'm like, all right, sure. So he put the deposit down for Ghost. That was the beginning of July. Ghost was born July 26, 2020. So literally like a month and a half, not even, after the passing of Draco, Ghost was born. And the breeder was sending us photos of Ghost every week. So the more we got these photos, the more anxious I got. Shout out to Ruben from Gladiators Cane Corso's Quest. Cane Corso's Gladiator Quest. I hope I'm saying that right. Shout out to Ruben, because not only was he very professional in the beginning, he's always been professional throughout the whole entire process. So Ruben was sending us pictures of Ghost when he was 4 days old, when he was eight days, when he was 2 weeks, when he was a month, when he was a month and a half. And the more I got these photos, it's like I was getting excited, but at the same time, like I said, I was feeling guilty, because it was like I'm forgetting about Draco. Like, ugh. So finally, 2 months go past, and it's finally time for us to go get Ghost. And we already named him before we got him. We already knew he was going to be Ghost. So we decided to make a YouTube video about it. I am going to tag the YouTube link down below, so make sure you guys check that out. That's on our couples channel. But we ended up driving 5 hours upstate to Fresno from San Diego to go get Ghost, and then, driving back. We just made a turnaround trip, stayed the night. By the time we made it to the breeder's compound, he has a family compound. I'm not gonna put too much of his business out there, but his whole setup is super nice, like super nice. He has tons of dogs, like tons. The kennel goes from puppies, mini adults, to the ones that are breeding to not breeding. Like when we got there, we got a chance to meet Ghost's mom. We got a chance to meet Ghost's uncle. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance to meet Ghost's dad, Vidor, because he was sold a couple days before we got there. And he was a big guy. But when we got a chance to meet Ghost's mom, they told me not to really get close to her, because I already picked up Ghost. I already had Ghost in my hand. But I did get a chance to hold the leash of his uncle, and I was like, yo, that was my first time holding a leash to a dog that weighed more than me. And so after we got Ghost, we ended up staying at London's house, who I spoke about earlier in the story. We stayed at London's house, and we slept on the roof. Yeah, you heard that's right. We slept on the roof, and it was fun, okay? And then we got a chance to ride back home. Now, when I say that they told us in the beginning that he's going to grow super fast, they're like, make sure that you take a lot of pictures. Make sure you make a lot of videos, because he's gonna sprout before your eyes. And I'm like, really? Mind you, I only had little dogs. I've had Jack Russell Terriers, I had Chihuahuas, I've had like a Pomsky. I don't know if you know what that is. And I just never had an English Bulldog. I never had a Mastiff before. So when they said that, that's when the idea of starting this channel came from. I was like, I want people to watch me and Ghost grow together as a learning experience, right? Before I continue the story, I do want to rewind back. When we put the deposit down for Ghost, my husband encouraged me consistently to watch videos on Corsos. Why? Because this breed can be potentially dangerous to their owners. So I have shout out to Bruce Wayne and Jason Corey. Thank you guys. Because I watched you guys' videos religiously before we went and picked up Ghost. Like every day after work, at least 2 videos. We're going all the way back to the beginning. All the training, all the commands, everything, the strictness. Thank you guys. You guys helped me build this bond with Ghost so strong. Shout out to Bruce Wayne and Jason Corey. So finally we get Ghost, we get back home, and we became owners. And it's been like that ever since. When I first started this channel, Ghost was 9 weeks old, and here we are. He's 4 years old now. So here we are 4 years later, and we're still rocking. I started out with 60 something on my YouTube channel. Now we're at 751K. Thanks to you guys. Thank you. But it's not just me that take care of Ghost. Ghost is just really attached to me because I'm around him the most. Everybody goes to school and work. I pretty much work from home, so he's always around me all the time. And also baby him. Like, not baby him to the point where he doesn't know I'm in charge, but baby him to the point where I do a lot of stuff with him that some certain people just don't do with their dogs. And Ghost is an indoor Corso. I just want to put that out there. He's bougie. He don't like outside that much. He loves being indoor. We leave him out. We don't keep him caged. We never really ever keep him caged. So even when we leave the house for hours on end, he's out. He's roaming. He's just really trained, and that comes from a lot of us educating ourselves on how to do that. A lot of different training. He don't chew shoes. He don't do none of that stuff. And it takes all of us in this house to, help out Ghost. To, how you say it? Not just training, not just owning, but to care and love for Ghost. Everybody, down to our youngest. The breeding, not the breeding, the bathing, the medications, the feeding, the grooming, the brushing, everything comes with everybody. This whole house is a village that helps out Ghost. That is our origin story, okay? Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out.